Deborah has a 4-year-old girl named Eva. Last week, her 6-year-old nephew, Lance, came over to spend the night. Eva has a double bed in her room, and Lance and Eva had always slept together since they were babies. That night, laughing and giggling could be heard coming from Eva's room. After investigating, Deborah found them on the bed with their PJs off, and they were touching each other. She made them put their pajamas back on and told them they shouldn't show their bodies to anyone. The kids weren't upset, just a little embarrassed. Deborah decided that the kids should not sleep together, so she slept in the bed with Eva and made a little pallet for Lance on the floor. The next morning, she talked to her sister Susan about what happened. They talked to the kids about being private and only playing with their clothes on. Ultimately, they decided that when Lance was to spend the night again, he should sleep in a separate room. Privately, Deborah wondered if she should have contacted the police and if Eva was going to be promiscuous. Later on, Deborah and Susan contacted the local child advocacy center and explained their situation. The mothers found that their children were exhibiting typical behavior. They also learned how to identify behaviors that would be considered concerning and what to do if they saw those behaviors in their children. Deborah and Susan were happy to hear they reacted appropriately. Both knew that their children were becoming aware of their bodies, and as parents, they needed to adjust the rules to accommodate. In the end, Deborah and Susan decided that the new rules meant that everyone was clothed at all times. No more baths together. Everyone slept in different beds. And finally, the kids needed to be supervised more closely. Deborah was also relieved to find out that the kids were just curious and that with good parenting, the incident wouldn't have a negative effect on either child or their behavior.